Welcome to growing your own food in your own backyard. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the like button. I want to talk to you about growing 3 moringa plants, 2 indoors, this one, and this other one indoors, and then I'm growing 1 outdoors that I will show you. This plant is growing indoors and it actually came out of dormancy. If you can see where it died back right here, and then there's that new branch that grew from right here. And this came out of dormancy about 3 months ago. It needs to be pruned to increase leaf production. So if you notice, it's just going straight up and the leaves are dropping off at the bottom. And I want to create leaf production so that it branches out and grows more bushier and not just really lanky. So it needs to be pruned back again to increase leaf production. So as you can see, again, 1 shoot's coming up, not so much leaf production at the bottom. If moringa plants are not trimmed down, it will look like a tall shoot with all the leaves at the top like this one. So I need to trim this. When it comes to when it grows to about 2 to 3 feet tall, this is when it's safe to go ahead and do a really major pruning. So I'm going to cut this down to the node, which is right about here. I'm going to cut it right about here to the node. Okay, so it looks like it's severe, but trust me on this one, it's necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. And now I'm going to just go ahead and harvest the rest of these leaves. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it in cold water because I want it to stay fresh. Now, typically when a moringa stalk is about a pencil width, it's safe to go ahead and put it back into the soil. But the cutting is about a ½ inch in diameter. So this cutting is thin, but I'm going to take a chance and plant this cutting in the soil. The bottom is going to become the tap root, which is right here. So moringa plants have tap roots that look like a carrot, and that's the reason why I grow them in long elongated containers, because the tap root is so long it doesn't spread out like a normal root system with other trees. So I'm going to take a chance and plant this cutting in the soil. Again, the bottom is going to become the tap root. I want to make sure that the leaf nodes are all the way in the soil. So here are the leaf nodes right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the soil just like this. Now, moringas don't like that tap root real wet. They are more of a drought-loving plant, but you do have to water it, especially when you're starting out with a fresh planting. I'm going to also plant this, so this at the bottom becomes also a tap root. Now I'm going to put this further down. Okay, so again, the reason why I'm wanting to do this video, for us gardeners who live in the northern region, we can grow moringa plants, but we will have to grow it indoors because it is a tropical plant. And I wanted to demonstrate to you that moringa plants can grow indoors. So here's my fresh moringa. I just harvested. Again, I have it in cold water, and I'm going to go ahead and eat it fresh, so I'll put it in my salad. This tree has been cut down to the first node, or no, the second node. So it's going to start branching out down here, and may even bring up another shoot down here, but a branch out down here. Again, when you try to replant these branches here, they usually recommend that it be a ½ inch thick in diameter, like maybe the length of a pencil. But I don't want this to go to waste, so I'm going to go ahead and chance it and go ahead and put it back in the soil and see if I can get a tap root to grow out of the bottom of this branch as well as this one. Now, this particular moringa I started from seed, and it's doing real good, but again, it's growing very elongated, and so eventually when it gets to about 2 or 3 feet tall, I'm gonna have to cut it back. And I will follow up with you guys on how well these branches are doing in terms of being planted right into the soil. Now I want to show you where I'm going to start another moringa plant from seed. So again, as you can see, I have these elongated containers, and I purchased them intentionally, and I have my moringa seeds, and I do soak them so that they will propagate a lot easier. And I also plant it in a soil medium called Jiffy Natural Organic. It's all organic, it's listed as MRI, and it's the best for just germinating seeds. So that's what I have in here. And so I'm just gonna go, the soil's already wet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and push that seed in like that. And I'm gonna do about 4 seeds. And again, the seed has been soaking for about a good day. And there you go. Starting another moringa tree indoors. Again, in the elongated type containers, because they do grow very long taproot, and you don't want to stunt the growth of the tree. So again, this is started from seed. This went dormant and came out of dormancy 3 months ago, and actually grew a tree about 3 feet tall, so it got cut back so it can be bushy. Now, I want to show you my other moringa tree that's growing outdoors. It also came out of dormancy, but this time I decided to grow it outdoors, so let me go show you. Okay, here's the third moringa plant I'm growing. This one I'm growing outdoors, and as you can see, this one's growing beautifully. It's very full, it's got a lot of offshoots, and it's bushy. Now this one actually did go dormant. There's that stick right there where it went dormant. And when it came out of dormancy, it grew right next to it. And look how much thicker this branch is compared to the one I'm growing indoors. And it's growing bushy. So this one's doing really good. And I don't know if it's because it's outdoors, because of the direct sunshine, but unfortunately this will have to go indoors about October. When the temperatures gets below 60 degrees, moringa plants don't do very well. And then of course the temperatures will be dropping, and so I will be bringing this indoors. I don't have direct southern sunlight in windows, so I will have to grow this under a grow light. But again, whether it's growing under a grow light or growing in the sunlight, the fact that you want to do a heavy trimming on your moringa plants so you can make them really bushy and they can grow out like a bush. So when this particular tree grows tall, it's going to be very bushy, and it's going to offer me more side shoots and much more leaves to harvest to eat. So I just wanted to give you an update on growing 3 of my moringa plants in a northern climate, 2 indoors, 1 outdoors. The difference in growing one moringa plant that was very tall, about 3 feet tall, I was getting nothing but leaf production at the top. I needed to get more leaf production at the bottom, and letting you know that moringas don't mind a severe pruning. It is necessary to keep them healthy, keep them bushy, have like side shoots, and have a lot of leaf production. So just wanted to bring you along and let you know that it's not difficult growing moringa plants in a northern climate. I've demonstrated that it can grow indoors under a grow light, and it can grow outdoors. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you're growing a moringa plant in the northern climate and how your journey has been. Look forward to your comments. Thank you for watching.